Has Jasmine flipped the script on Eris? And does she really and truly want to open up about her past?
While the beauty queen told her husband that she wanted deeper conversations, but based on her response so far from last week and this week, that doesn't seem to be the case.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 16, episode number 13.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that notification button so you know when we upload new content. And we appreciate it if you will also click that like button and send us your comments so that we can do better in the algorithm. So here we go. Jasmine meets with her friend Nikki at the house and they sit down with a glass of wine. And Jasmine tells her friend that she feels like the relationship is becoming more and more distant.
Like a roller coaster ride.
Right.
Hmm.
And that she feels that her feelings at this point is getting away from him and she is sort of like getting less and less interested in the whole notion of Eris.
Even though she still claims and still professes to be attracted to him,
Well,
at least physically speaking.
because she admitted to Nikki that believing that Eris was cute, that was all that she needed. And in relationship, you need a whole lot than the man is cute or handsome or whatever.
Way
You need a
beyond the
lot
physical,
than the physical aspect of any
way,
relationship
way deeper than that.
sustaining itself.
See, and that's one to me one of the problems that that guys have. They too often make the mistake of only being attracted to somebody physically, which is where it begins for guys, and not worrying about the rest of it.
You gotta go beyond what they look like. Both Jasmine and Kristen talks in circles. You need a notepad and a recorder to try to keep up with what both of them are saying.
Talking on that merry-go-round, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth about being on both sides of the fence at the same time, and you can't do that with what they say. Dr. Pepper on day 20 gave them an assignment. Okay.
Yes.
This week, Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal advised all four couples to take their spouse to a place that was important to them during their upbringing.
Right.
And Eris decided to take Jasmine to a card shop,
Right.
sports card shop. That was an important part of his upbringing, where he got a chance to see, heroes, presumably on the athletic field, who were important to him and made an impression on him.
Right. And Eris collected these cards because he and his mom moved around a lot.
Mhm.
And the way he sort of gained friends when he got to a new school was to pull out his cards and he would build relationships from that.
Yeah, and he said it kind of made him, for lack of a better expression, independent.
Yes.
And he, even though he was an only child, this was something that he found, or he was able to connect to it in terms of a way and activity.
Right, and he thought his mom was a superhero for everything that she had to do to keep them together.
Hmm.
But he also learned too, because they moved around so much,
That's how you behave,
that's how you should behave. And
even when it comes to relationships.
right, and he admitted during therapy
Mhm.
that once he told his therapist that she told him that maybe some of his behavior is based on that reality of moving around and why he can't connect or seem to connect with people because he will just up and go if stuff was not to to his standards.
Mhm, mhm.
And Jasmine is listening to this and you immediately see her tensing up because
So was she
she can't play poker. It's all on her face. So you know immediately what she's thinking. She's looking down, she's rolling her eyes a little bit, and you could tell that she has had enough of this dude.
yeah, but what she wasn't really doing from my vantage
It's
point was
listening.
listening.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, she may have heard him say that, but was she really listening to what he said?
She made that all about her, and she didn't actually listen to what he was talking
Right, because
about.
I thought I heard him say he realized and understood based on the therapy that he had gone through that that was wrong.
Right, exactly.
So maybe she missed that part.
She did. As a result, some deep conversation like that, she didn't have anything to add or share, or maybe it wasn't included in the edits, but she seemed like she was cold and distant after he said that.
Hmm. And also, as another activity that they were supposed to do this weekend in the form of couples, they were each asked to write a letter to their younger self.
Yes.
Hmm.
We see both of them on the couch, and Aries goes first. He talks to his younger self about the moving around,
Hmm.
the loneliness that he felt at
Hmm.
that time. He will become, self-sufficient, independent, and that
And that,
it's okay for, him to express his how he feels emotionally
right,
because
because little
so
black boys are not encouraged to do so. Don't worry about it. It's okay to do it. You're not viewed as weak or anything like that. It's
right.
all right.
And we hear crickets from Jasmine after saying that, particularly about young black boys. She has nothing to say. And mind you, Jasmine is the one who says she coaches and encourages young girls. And then she said, I want to keep this light. I don't want to be emotional. So she just, like totally ignored what he just had to say. And she
Dismissed
told,
it.
yes,
Hmm.
she talked about her stuff.
Yeah, she talked about moving to a different neighborhood or something, right? And the bullying that she experienced.
And she's telling her younger self that although it may be hard coming up, if you believe in yourself, you can achieve those things that you want.
Mm.
Eris, after she finished her piece, he told her that that was remarkable. He affirmed and acknowledged what she
Yes,
said,
yes.
and he also encouraged her and praised her for what she's doing now.
With the
And we,
girls, younger
right,
girls,
and we heard nothing like that coming from him,
right, in the way of
coming from her.
affirming what Ayers had gone through, and just letting him know that, hey, look, that's serious, and it gives me more insight, and you ought to be commended for being able to get to where you
Right.
are.
So I'm not sure where Jasmine is right now, but it looks like she's checked out and she's behaving in a very cold manner now to Eris.
Right. So
Because the thing she asks for is deeper conversation, and for him to reveal those things.
open up.
Now that he's doing it, she is making quite a few steps backward.
Later on, Eris and Jasmine are talking to each other in bed, and Eris has an opportunity to reveal a letter that his father wrote to his mother
Yes.
back in the day.
And it was a very personal and telling letter. His father was revealing to his mother that he loved her and that Eris was important to him,
Right.
that he was in a place now where he can take care of Eris,
Yeah, and his desire to
and
reconnect with
his
them,
desire to reconnect
with
with
both of them,
them.
right?
Right.
Hmm.
And that he loved her and he loved his son as
Right.
well.
It sounded like from the tone of his letter made it sound like he had regrets about maybe some of the things that he had done.
Sound like that as well,
Right.
yes.
Right.
And
And
that he may not have been doing the things
that he
that
should
he
have and
should
could
have
have
been
done
doing and
when
could
at
have
that
done
point in time.
at that point in time.
Yeah, yeah, and that was pretty, like you said, pretty revealing and pretty personal. And it took a lot of for Eris to, open that up to where he revealed it to his spouse,
I
his
would
wife.
think so because it's so personal. He talked about having this letter on his phone, and what triggers him to read it is when it's Father's Day or when he sees a man playing with his son in the park. That feeling of loneliness and desire and longing, he has to pull out that letter and read it to make him feel secured and centered about, what the future could have been had his father been able to live long enough to see him now as a man.
Yeah, there's pain
A lot of pain.
that he has obviously revealed based on his past experiences, but I also think that I've been somewhat hard on him in past episodes, but I think this is in part, a way back to a place of healing, proactively, and I could see it doing what he was asked to do by the experts
Hmm.
in an effort to make things legitimately, put a legitimate effort in to have things work out, at least from his point of view.
Jasmine, while she did acknowledge what he said because it was pretty powerful,
Mm.
she is unwilling and unable to go deep, that we hear just surface stuff from her, and I think it's unfortunate. So that's all we have. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We hope they get it together. We hope they come to the plate. The experts show up next week. Um, but maybe this whole show is built and made for these keep couples not to make it. I'm just getting that little thing that they set these people up not to make. They put them together so that they won't make it, and maybe that's the mission statement of the show. So I could be wrong, but you guys let me know.
Yeah,
Relationships are not easy. They're a challenge, but they are everything all at the same time. So we salute anyone who is in relationship and is still able to smile, laugh, and go forward because that's what we do a lot of. We smile, laugh, and we move forward.
even though I might get on her damn last nerve.
Lord have mercy. And I get on your nerves, trust and believe, like even before we film. But one thing I know for sure, we always moving forward.
What she said.